So it seems like Cenat is becoming a victim of his own success because he's currently sitting at the top of pretty much the biggest industry within media, which is the streaming industry. The only people that are pretty much bigger than streamers or bigger than Cenat and iShowSpeed nowadays are the 1% or 0.5% that are in the acting industry, sports industry, music industry, the LeBron Jameses, the Messis, the Ronaldos. You get what I'm trying to say? The people that have basically been solidified within the past decade to 2 decades, and that no one's pretty much coming along and being bigger than streamers in this current time. And with that comes dumb stuff like this, to where you can come onto the internet, express that you're going through a tough time, say that you're going through some mental health issues, and you'll receive hate for it. You get what I'm trying to say? A victim of his own success, man. So let's get into it. Let's see what Guan. Let's see what Broski has to say.
Yesterday was Cenat's birthday, and y'all hate this nigga. I didn't even know it was his birthday, which means that the day before his birthday, I dropped a banger on his head. And at first, I felt a little bad because nigga, I'm big on birthdays. And if you're my friend and it's your birthday, I'm gonna wish you a happy birthday. I'm gonna tell you how much I love you and that I'm blessed you can live another year. I'm usually
Bro, this is look at these guys, man, and that, bro. This is what the scene used to be once upon a time. But like I said, when something's small, when something's precious, when it hasn't blown up yet, there's a lot of unity. But once everything blows up and there's fame and there's money and all of that and girls and everything just starts to tear and split apart, man. In terms of beef this year within the streaming industry, yeah, I don't think any year is topping this little year. Actually, it could get worse, but no other year previously can top this year right here that we've had in terms of beefs and mishaps and communities. And
not on that hating energy near or on a nigga's birthday. But goddamn, Cenat posted a mental health video on that day as well. And then I seen a dude drop a 2-hour-long Cenat analysis on his contribution to black people and the negative effects that it has. I'm like, damn, he kind of has a point. Comment for the algorithm. So I bet you're wondering why I'm making another Cenat video. He kind of has a point. Comment for the algorithm. So I bet you're wondering why I'm making another Cenat video, and it's totally not because the last one is doing well. It really isn't. But I just thought it was crazy to see that there would be discourse about Cenat on his birthday, but then I sat back and I thought about it, and it really did make sense. Let's start with the video I was talking about. It's called Cenat, How to Kill a Culture. And while I didn't watch the whole video, what I gathered is that it's a critique on Cenat as a representation of the false progressiveness that black people as a community cling to. He critiques Cenat for perpetuating a culture that promotes social media growth rather than actual measurable growth as a community. So the video wasn't just him hating on Cenat, but I was cracking up because he was talking about some, let's all wish Cenat a happy birthday, guys. But he was cooking. And honestly, for you to be critiqued on your birthday, evidently something you've done is wrong and something has happened. Because just a few years ago, AMP was on top of the world. And while they still may be industry-wise, in terms of the people, the general opinion has shifted in a sense. It's literally fun to hate on Cenat now, especially with all the controversies that he and his friends.
But now he's kind of moved off the topic now, bro. But what I'm not understanding, there will always be a Cenat and there were Cenats before Cenat, bro. There's always someone within whatever industry representing whichever race and that, fam, that is quote unquote pushing things that are quote unquote negative or not progressive to the overall culture or progression of that said race and that, fam. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's all a balance in that, bro. Kai's done things that has progressed black people and something that you could say, you get me, regresses a little bit and that, fam. But I don't know why people always like to just pick on like one person and that, fam, when there's a bunch of Cenats all over, you get me? So the amount of videos that you could make on that topic regarding other people as well, bro, could be endless, bro. So that's what I'm not understanding in that, fam. And what people need to understand is people that are content creators and that are blow up or whatever, bro. At the end of the day, everyone has a certain vision of how they kind of see their career or whatever. Fam, Cenat was a kid in a room and that, fam, that had a dream and made it happen. So now when he actually gets on, whatever he decides to do with his flipping fame, bro, as long as it ain't hurting anyone and that, bro, why do you care in that, fam? You get me? It's like once you get to a certain point, everyone expects this, and this from you, bro. Like, allow me, bro. You get me?
It's literally fun to hate on Cenat now, especially with all the controversies that he and his friends find themselves getting into. And now that we live in the digital era, niggas are gonna find some real creative ways to cook you, and that may be on your birthday. This started with the Cenat mental health video.
Hello everybody, I'm currently on my laptop right now, and I appreciate everybody who's been sending me birthday wishes, as today is my birthday. So I felt like it was the perfect day to be transparent and honest with you guys. A few days ago, I spread awareness on mental health and how important it is to take care of yourself. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve. And the reason I've really been in my head is because I just wanted to do more. I've gained to realize that I'm a true creator and I'm very passionate about creating. And I have other goals and things that I just want to achieve and do more of. And I would love to show you guys what I've been working on for the past few months through my more personal page, which is KC3 Hidden. I want it to be known that I truly want to create. And I don't know if I'm getting mature or I'm just looking things at a broad point of view, but I am so passionate about creating in general.
There's been
Yeah, that's the only thing that I would say is that when he's saying I'm so passionate about creating what? I understand what he's saying. He wants to get into acting and do different things and create in different ways and in different industries. But that's the only part of his message that I was like, when he say I'm so passionate about creating, like, what about creating are you talking about necessarily? You get what I'm trying to say? That's the only part of the message that was a little bit cryptic or whatever. And I feel like because he's pretty much, you could say, conquered the streaming world and done pretty much everything you can, to the point where I feel like even he realizes it. That's why he made sure the Mafia from 3 was kind of like the last one that he did, because certain people would try to regurgitate. He was like, this is kind of like a cut right now. I feel like he's realizing what he's been able to accomplish in the streaming world, pretty much took it as further as he can. So now he needs to move on to the next thing, but he doesn't know how to like make that transition onto the next thing, or doesn't know however many steps or which steps to take basically to move on to that next thing in whichever industry and whichever path that may be. So I feel like that's just what he's kind of struggling with, like what next basically, you know what I mean?
But I am so passionate about creating in general.
There's been an increasing amount of talks about how this is a different Kai Cenat and how much Kai Cenat has changed. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't help but feel like this is another stylist type situation. I know we all cook Kai Cenat for being inauthentic, but he really do be feeling like a corporate nigga. It feels like with Kai, there's a specific approach to things that just scream a team is backing him up. The stylist allegations were funny, but honestly, why has Kai been wearing archive pieces like Dior wax stripped in them? Since when has Kai Cenat been on archive swag? And I'm pretty sure that shirt is another piece. Mind you, I could be tripping, but these two pieces look eerily similar. And I've seen people trying to say that Kai was stealing Bruce's swag. We all know what Kai was swagging pre-stylist. You're telling
Nah, but the thing is, he's been on this fashion thing for time now, bro. He's a year, 2-3 years in terms of upgrading the fashion and being passionate about this fashion. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, you man tried to choose a timeline or whatever to critique that he's been on this, fam. Like, this is what I'm not understanding. He's been on this fashion thing. And Agent literally pointed it out when it was 21 Savage or Lil Baby that basically roasted him whatever for wearing what he was wearing in that film. There was a turning point there. So he's been in this fashion bag for however many years and that, bro. You get me? You've seen him wear different things and kind of like associate himself with different types of styles in that, bro. So when I see him wearing kind of like stuff like this and that, bro, it's not a surprise, bro. He's
say that Kai was stealing Bruce's swag. We all know what Kai was swagging
pre-stylist.
stylist. You're telling me the same Kai Cenat that is swagging in this tight ass Louis V shirt and big ass shoes is tapped into archive swag?
For the past year,
bruv, I honestly, because if you've even watched his progression and even videos on like his like fashion stuff and that, bro.
I think I'm gonna title this little mini series "No Stylist," bro, cause everybody keep telling me, and like I be seeing little comments saying like Kai the stylist, Kai the stylist, Kai the stylist, but no, bro. I must let y'all know how my creative process go with this month. Told y'all this on stream, bro. Y'all laughed at me when I showed y'all this on stream. I literally put the goggles in front of a helmet and try to make some shit. But y'all laughed at me and said, give Duke his World War III, World War II helmet back. The outfit is so simple because the watch will do all the talking. If you know, you know. Very simple.
If it was a case where this was his style up until like the start of the year and then automatically just made a switch on that, bro, this exact stream awards that literally went by, then I can say, okay, calm, you have a point. But in terms of him being in this quote unquote fashion era, it's been like 1 or 2 years.
Louis V shirt and big ass shoes is tapped into archive swag.
For the past year, I've had dreams besides streaming to achieve and to pursue, and they're big, big dreams. I have dreams one day to become a fashion designer and start my own clothing brand. I have dreams to not only act, but direct and write my own short film and movies.
And now all of a sudden, he wants to be a fashion designer and direct movies.
To see something being so popular, dissect it for yourself and see it for what it is and make your own opinion seems like it's hard as hell nowadays, because it seems like everyone just follows what the masses are saying, fam. For the past 1 or 2 years, these are all things that he's been trying to build on and that, bro. So why are we just acting like this is something that just happened, bro? Like, what
Perspective. It's hard to see when it's Kai Cenat the person versus the brand. It feels like they become one and the same. A lot of what Kai Cenat does feels calculated and more industry/corporate now. For example,
if you want to say that, calm. But let's not act like the goals that he stated that he wants to achieve are just something that's new and that, bro. Nah, that's not
this
the
nigga
case.
is posting books on his hidden IG page. Does that not scream performative? This nigga turned the performative male into the performative industry nigga. Things feel more curated than authentic. And we live in an age where appealing to the youth is part of the psychological game. Here's the way I look at it. Kai Cenat wasn't always this overreactive screaming guy.
I got one thing to say. Welcome to my YouTube channel!
Early AMP felt more down to earth. And then he became the screaming dude.
Nah, he was. No, he was. This is what I'm saying. Nah. This is crazy. If you want to say that Kai Cenat has become more polished, more scripted, that is a fair criticism, 100%. And that, bro. I used to be someone that used to watch Kai Cenat all the time. Then I kind of stopped on that, fam, because you had stuff like the Mafiathon 3 and Even some of the a lot of the segments within the Mafiathon 3 were very segmented, and like it was iCarly or It was heavy production based and that. That's not really my favorite Kai Cenat. I just like the Kai Cenat where anything can just happen and that, bro. He's sitting at his desktop, or he's got one of the rappers in that, bro, being his true authentic self and draws the true authentic self out of these celebrities and That's my favorite Kai Cenat. So if you want to say he's overproduced, scripted, that's no problem. But let's not act like the things that he's saying that he wants to achieve, he hasn't been talking about for the past however many years and that, bro. And he hasn't always been this highly animated, highly energetic person and that, bro. This is crazy to me and that, bro. Now they're really trying to paint a narrative
that we see today.
This is brazy to me.
And now that the viewers have shifted their desires and what they want for content, like not wanting overreacting, we see the shift in Kai Cenat. I think stuff like that is hella noticeable. That's why people first started turning on Kai Cenat. It was a shift in how he was acting. Then you combine the corporate personality with a bunch of weird people that you got around you, and all of a sudden you're critiqued for every single thing you do. You've placed doubt in the very person people used to relate to, and the line between Kai Cenat and the brand disappeared.
Nigga watch anime one time, now you got mental health problems, gang.
Yeah, this is someone that I'd never take advice from or never take anything that he says seriously, bro. Allow me. If you're using Rakai, to back up your point and that, bro, you're on the wrong side of the fence, man. I can't even lie to you.
Bitch, be for real.
This is a kid that takes nothing seriously in life, bro. Nothing seriously in life.
Oh, chat, niggas watch anime one time, one episode. Now you got mental health, gang. Dead ass. Like, what's the question?
What did Young Don say? Rakai and Ray had the same level of mastery over the English language. No, he's not even trolling either. This kid is so dumb. He is actually like, it's just worrying to say the least.
So he wasn't using Rakai to back up his point. Okay, say less. Thank God.
From what I'm gathering, not only does Rakai think watching an anime made Kai have mental health issues, he doesn't even know how to properly explain what mental health entails. There's just a few problems with that. So number one, Rakai needs to be in class, and that's already something people been clocking and people been giving Kai flack for. He's out here trying to make Rakai into his successor, but Rakai's having trouble putting a few sentences together. Now number two, it's clear that nobody takes what Kai Cenat says at face value. Becoming a corporate robot has placed doubt in everything he says and does.
No, I would put some bulldog. Hell
yeah, you feel me? Watch some anime and shit.
I already don't watch anime.
Yes, sir.
If you get high, you gonna ash it.
OD.
Bro wants to watch anime because he heard Kai Cenat say that he watches anime now.
OD. Nah, I fuck with this shit. We just got.
Bro never watched anime a day in his life. Now he wanna watch it.
Now let's brush over Silky getting mute checked, but even he was cracking jokes about it. Kai Cenat becoming so industry, tapping into the overreaction gimmick and the growing sense of inauthenticity.
Yeah. That's the only criticism that I will accept from people in that, fam. Saying that he's become too industry in that, fam. That is a fair criticism, bro.
Not becoming so industry, tapping into the overreaction gimmick and the growing sense of inauthenticity that he protrudes has caught up to him. Remember how I said the line between Kai Cenat and the brand is disappearing? This is exactly what I mean. As the line disappears, everything Kai does will be interpreted as corporate. It will be interpreted as industry. It will be interpreted as this nigga has a stylist behind him. And it's really partly his fall, because that's kind of what he's done. The overreaction gimmick, it's a gimmick because, dude, no one told you to be screaming at the mic. That is
Yeah, but everyone does it though. Everyone does it in every single industry, in every single, especially the streaming and YouTube. Everyone does it, bro. Even me sometimes and that, bro. You get me when I'm reacting to a tune or say something brazy, or you get me, bro. That's just riddled throughout, man. That's not just Kai Cenat.
a grown ass man.
And it happened before him, and it will continue to happen after him as well.
He talks about mental health and how he wants to be this bigger creative, and yet it reeks of industry rebrand. And now that people are tired of the gimmicks and tired of the over.
Or it could just be a guy realizing that he's capped in a certain industry, needs to move on to the next thing and that, but then realizes that now he needs to kind of change his mindset and da. Even me, as I grow and as I get into this thing, I'm even looking to buy certain books and kind of clue myself up on certain things. I'm definitely going to have to equip myself with certain skills and certain knowledge in that, bro, to be able to operate in certain spaces. Maybe that's all he's realizing, bro. We grow up, we mature, man. He ain't going to be the same flipping 18-year-old kid in that, bro, that bought a flipping Benz or Mercedes or whatever. You get me? People grow.
Reactions, niggas are gonna crack jokes and not take him serious. And on top of him being an industry bot, the people that Kai personally co-signs are moving like the Sinister Six. So hate on his birthday is fucking crazy, but at the same time, I do understand it.
This isn't unusual to say that he wants to be a director and he wants to be a fashion designer and all that type of stuff, because these are things that he's constantly reiterated. So I'm not gonna allow people to now just paint him with this brush and say that, oh yeah, now he's begging this and he's begging that. No. Well, the only fair criticism that I'll take from people is that now he's kind of turned a little bit too industry or too corporate, and things are a little bit too overly produced or da. You know what I mean? That's a fair criticism without a doubt. But everything else in that, bro, you man are chatting, man.